I used to think that I loved myself, but I didn't. I did not love myself because I was seeking to find myself in everybody else. I wasn't happy alone. I was either super high or super low, and those super low moments were happening way too often to be able to call my life actually enjoyable and fulfilling. A couple years ago, I felt so much more beautiful, so much more free, so much more confident. And I know why, because I truly did feel free within myself. I felt free within my spirituality. And the reason I felt free was because I was using my time to do things like this. I realized this morning after journaling for a little bit that what I seek is freedom. And so you think that in the chase to achieve wealth and to achieve financial freedom and status and beauty, you lose sight that all of those things are within you already. And so my goal going forward is to do more things like this, to just be, to enjoy, to understand that I am free and that no amount of money or status or fame or beauty is going to make me more free than I already am. Because freedom is it's something spiritual. It's something found within the self. Honestly, I wouldn't have realized everything that I'm talking to you about today if I hadn't journaled this morning and yesterday. It's something that I used to do. And I really started reflecting and asking myself, why did I stop doing these things? I believe I was doing them all and I was happy, but the only area I wasn't happy in was my relationship. Obviously, a lot went down and I found a new relationship where I did feel fulfilled, but it's one thing to feel fulfilled in a relationship, and it's another thing to rely on the relationship to feel fulfilled. I started to transition into that. I started to think that just another relationship was my key to freedom, was my key to happiness. I completely neglected what I was doing before. It's crazy because today really taught me that lesson. When me and Lou first really started making money, he took me to Miami and he bought me these Prada glasses that I really wanted. They're like $1,000 pair of glasses. Your first real purchase, like big purchase, when you first start making money, and your first like luxury item. And so those glasses, like, they just meant a lot to me. And I wore them today, and I get in the water and they fell off. And normally, like, I'm pretty good at like looking down and just grabbing it. They were gone. It was like poof. And I mean, obviously, like, for the first 30 minutes I was here, I was looking for them in the water. But I sat and I was like, what is this trying to teach me right now? And it's exactly trying to teach me that. Like, no amount of materials is ever going to replace an experience within the self. I mean, it kind of sucks that I lost the glasses, but I think the lesson was so worth it. If somebody would have confronted me, I guess, and been like, hey, would you trade your glasses for this experience? I would have handed them over anyway. So the beach really is my happy place, though. I love it. This is where I used to come with my mom and my little sister on the weekends. I used to come almost every weekend. And I am a Scorpio, so I'm a water sign, and I just feel very connected to the ocean. I was struggling pretty badly because I just wasn't feeling confident. I was feeling very ugly. I didn't, my insecurities really started to come out, and I really had to do some digging. And again, that's where the journaling helped. And I know that if I just be more in tune with myself, appreciate myself, give myself self-love, and you might ask, like, well, what does that really mean? It means doing things like this, spending time alone, like appreciating my hair, appreciating my tan skin, appreciating the water, appreciating the air, and just having gratitude for what I have. And that gratitude multiplies. It's really true what they say, like, beauty really is found within. We're always, trying to strive to achieve the next best thing, but it has to be found within first for you to be able to achieve those things. Learned you have to detach from the material in order for it to be attracted to you. Because when you attach yourself to a physical outcome, like, let's say my dream car, right? if I attach myself to the idea of this dream car and the fantasy of me having my dream car, and it's all I think about every day, I'm basically telling myself that this car, this material item is worth more than my presence, than me, than myself, than my soul and my consciousness being present in the moment. What it does is it puts it on a pedestal. It puts it on a pedestal above yourself. And that's what I was doing with not just a car. I mean, that's just an example, but with a lot of things. My relationship, my bank account, my business. It's also important, to take action, right? There's nothing wrong with like wanting a dream car, right? Like I still want it, but not to say that I cannot enjoy my life and enjoy my presence without having that thing yet. In order to truly find happiness and fulfillment within yourself, tune into that childlike creativity, whatever that is, and make time for it in your weekly schedule. Practices that you can start making right now to tap into that creativity, tap into that inner child, is first you have to find like exactly what did you enjoy as a child? What were your hobbies? What were you good at in school, let's say? Like, were you good at art? Do you like drawing and painting and crafts? Do you like outdoor activities? Were you more of an outdoor girl? Do you like the beach and going on hikes and looking at bugs and things like that? Some girls really like dressing up and playing, right? And fashion, playing with makeup, playing with skincare. Really try to establish what you loved as a child and where your heart was happy and what you were good at creative wise. And start to do things now and make time for those little things. At their core, like kids really are happy, they're carefree, like kids don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And that little kid still lives in you, but since you've lived through other people's judgments, through your own self-criticisms, through traumas, through things that a society has taught you to shrink you, to take that child away. Life just becomes this mundane routine and you lose that spark, you lose that childlike creativity. The second would be to really be able to process your thoughts and emotions, because without processing your thoughts and emotions, what you're doing is you're storing them. And it's almost like a computer in a way. If you never close your tabs, if you never organize your files, your computer will eventually crash because it doesn't have the space to be able to hold all of that function. So that being said, any type of journaling, meditation, those practices, they aren't just to calm the mind, but long term, they help you truly realize where your obstacles are in life, why you aren't able to achieve certain goals that you want to achieve, why you aren't able to feel happy and confident in certain situations. I used to think that you only do those things when you're absolutely miserable. Like when you hate your life, then that's when you start journaling and meditating and all those things. But that's not true. And what I realized was that my life, like 75% of the time, I was happy. Like I would say I was just fine. Like I was okay. I had a good attitude. But having a good attitude during your day does not mean happiness and fulfillment, because then I would crash and I would have these like deep crashes of just feeling super depressed and lost in life. And it was in those moments where I would really question everything. And those moments, they're bound to happen in life, but they weren't supposed to be happening as often as they were. I was having these moments like at least once every couple months. And when those moments keep happening to you, you actually start to develop like a sense of resentment towards yourself, because you're almost like, what is wrong with me? And then you start to view yourself negatively and from a place of criticism and self-hate, instead of actually becoming introspective and trying to fix the issue. So journaling, meditation, walking outside, those things really helped and helped me realize, for example, what I realized today about freedom and how all I really want is freedom. Because when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of it. So now as an adult, like I love my freedom. But once my eyes were opened to levels of financial freedom, I thought that that's what I needed in order to be happy, and that I needed to grind and chase and like do all these things in order to be happy. But really, I didn't realize that I'm already free. I'm already free. I have ties to nothing. My My legs are burned. The third thing I would say that really helped me actually start to be happier with who I am, spending time alone. You need to spend time alone. Because what you don't realize you do, and it's amazing to have support. Like, it's amazing to have friends and family and things and people to talk to, but nobody is ever going to learn or understand you better than you can yourself. Nobody is going to love you more than you can love yourself, because nobody knows the depths of your consciousness to the potential that you can. Nobody, again, can love you like you love you. When you're constantly avoiding time alone, what you're avoiding is self-love. Because what you're doing is you're distracting yourself through other people. And I was doing that for the longest time and I didn't even realize it. Even today, coming to the beach, like I've had multiple thoughts of like, oh, I should call a friend and have them come with. Oh, I should call my mom and have her come with. But why? Like, yes, because I love to spend time with them, but when was the last time you really spent time with yourself? When was the last time you showed yourself that type of love and attention? As women, like, we do not want to die alone. We do not want to die alone. That is ultimately our biggest fear. Oh my gosh, look, the dolphin. Wait, where to spend time alone personally, because in my last relationship, I didn't have the attention that I wanted. And I didn't have the attention that I wanted, not because he wasn't giving me the proper attention. It's because I was trying to distract myself through the relationship. So during that pain and during that point, I started to say, it just made sense in my brain. Like, if if I feel lonely when I'm not with people, how do I figure out how to not feel lonely when I'm not with people? Like, nobody can do that for me, because regardless, there's going to be times where I have to be alone. So it's like, why not just find a way to enjoy that time alone? I started to say affirmations to myself, like, I really am the coolest person ever. Like, I am so cool. Like, nobody, I'm sorry, but it's just facts. Like, nobody that I've ever hung out with is cooler than me. Find out how cool you are is by spending time alone and doing things that your inner child would do, because she's freaking cool. Even in the beginning of my relationship now, I remember I would look back, and on like a Saturday like this, if he had to work, I would sit around all day and wait for him to stop working so that we could actually spend time together. But why? Why am I going to wait for somebody else if they're doing their own thing? I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to love it. You know, if I could tell old me one thing, it would be to continue spending time alone, continue finding out what you love, continue learning about things that you're passionate about. Learning doesn't always have to happen in school. Learning fulfills you. As humans, we should never stop learning about ourselves or about the world around us. You don't have to be traveling around the world in order to enjoy life. Explore yourself. Explore what's around you. Explore the things that you love, because the world's right in front of you. All these things that I'm talking about, to make one point, have helped me just love myself. Because if you don't love yourself, and even I used to think that I loved myself, but I didn't. I did not love myself because I was seeking to find myself in everybody else. I wasn't happy alone. I was either super high or super low, and those super low moments were happening way too often to be able to call my life actually enjoyable and fulfilling. And so, yeah, self-love, and not from an egotistical place, but from a wholehearted, fulfilling place. Without that, you can't love other people. If you don't truly love yourself and understand where you come from and how cool you are, how do you expect to show that to somebody else, or to make room for other people in your life, or to be able to understand others or understand the world around you if you can't even understand yourself? So let's do a little card pull. What do the angels have for the collective today? Yeah. Power. These cards are so beautiful. Number 6 as well. Inner power. If we wish to ascend the mountain path of the warrior, we need to face the hurdles of self-mastery that lie in our path. Within you, there is an abundant wellspring of great strength and unlimited power. This card serves as a reminder of that power. Look closely at your life and see where you may possibly be giving away some of your power. Loss of power can come from attachments, addictions, or any situation that may have you controlled by external forces and circumstances. Is there any part of your life you may be a slave to instead of a master? Stay conscious of the polarities within you, review your life, and apply your force of will to the transition back into the wholeness of power. You have what it takes to rise above any seemingly difficult situation. Remember who you are. You are a light of the divine. Through the nurturing of this light, the areas within your mind that serve to disempower will be no more. You hold the key to change. The divine light within you is indeed real and will assist you to transmute any energy that keeps you from being the powerful creator that you are. Affirmation: I am an empowered being of light, connected through love to the universal sources of oneness. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Thank you, angels. Thank you for watching this today. I hope that this video helped you in any way that it possibly could. Just remember, spend time alone. Be present, tap into your creativity, because if not, you'll forever be led by your attachments to this earthly world and you'll never feel truly fulfilled. You may feel fine, you may feel happy, but fulfillment is something different and it's something you deserve to experience. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.